And you are very welcome to the final day of games for the 2017 Rugby World Cup, where Kingspan Stadium in Belfast plays host to three exciting matchups as this wonderful tournament enters its final stage. Well, the pool stage in Dublin seems almost a distant memory now, as all sides have been familiarising themselves with the best that Belfast hospitality has to offer. A really enjoyable few days for players, for coaches and indeed fans around the beautiful surroundings of Northern Ireland. So a full programme of games to see us out today. The 11th, 12th place playoff between Japan and Hong Kong. 44-5 the latest score there to Japan, and the Italians take on Spain in an all-European affair. So the 7th place playoff coming right up. It's Ireland against Wales in that all-important final World Cup qualifying spot ahead of 2021. The 5th place decider is between Australia and Canada at Queen's University. So that leads us to the bronze final then between the losing semi-finalists, France and the United States of America here at Kingspan. And then the big one, it is the World Cup final, and it is the two best sides, England and New Zealand, going head to head. Yeah, the crowd steadily building over the last hour or so as Ireland prepare to take on Wales to decide who finishes 7th and 8th in the World Cup 2017. It's right here at Kingspan Stadium, and a beautiful afternoon for a game. So the Heineken coin toss then, and our referee from England, Claire Hodnett, the two captains, Cerys Phillips from Wales on the right, Paula Fitzpatrick, who takes over from Claire Malloy.
Okay, so you're starting
as the Irish skipper. Ireland playing from left to right. It will be Wales to kick off. The familiar handshake, and we're all set to go. Well, the great and the good, fans of all shapes and sizes here at Kingspan Stadium as we prepare to kick off. Well, Tom Tierney, the Ireland coach, has made no fewer than 6 changes to his starting 15. In the pack, Paula Fitzpatrick moves to blindside, Ciara Griffin replacing Claire Malloy at open side, and Heather O'Brien back at number 8. In the backs then, there's an all-new centre partnership of Deacon and Fitzhenry, both from County Wexford, both play their club rugby at Blackrock, so familiar with each other, and Emer Considine replaces Louise Galvin on the wing. That's Ireland. What about Wales? Well, they've also gone for 6 changes, and one of those comes in the pack up front, where Shuan Lillicrap joins Melissa Clay in the second row. Cerys Phillips captaining the side at hooker. Well, Ciara Bevan and Robin Williams form a new half-back partnership, so that means that Eleanor Snowsill switches to full-back, and Jasmine Joyce comes on to the wing at 14. That's the starting teams. Plenty of experience for Ireland on the bench, none more so than Sophie Spence and Sene Naupu, who has played every single minute of this game up to now. Keep an eye out for 4 teenagers in 16, 17, 19 and 20 for Wales, under 20 years of age. So here come the teams. It's Ireland against Wales, and 7th place on the line. It will be Nora Stapleton on the occasion of her 50th international cap, leading out Ireland instead of the captain Paula Fitzpatrick, and Cerys Phillips for Wales leads the charge out as the teams prepare to line up for the anthems. It probably hasn't gone according to plan for Ireland and for Tom Tierney, but that doesn't matter now. There's a huge card and incentive to win this game with automatic qualification for 2021 on the line for the victors here. Wales, well, they've won 1 match only so far in the tournament. They took a bit of a battering in their last game against Canada, shipping 52 points in the process, but they do have their fans here, and they will be pushing to try and heap more misery on the host Ireland. It is a beautiful afternoon. The pitch looks absolutely magnificent, as I said, and we will pause for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, could you please be upstanding for the national anthem of Wales?
a lot of emotion on the faces of the Irish squad as Ireland's call rings out around Kingspan Stadium for Claire Malloy. I'm sure she'd love to be out there, the captain for the tournament. It wasn't meant to be, failed the HIA, but there is going to be no shortage of emotion where this Irish team are concerned. I can promise you that. So let's have a look then at the starting teams, and Ireland plenty of experience in that pack as we mentioned, and Paula Fitzpatrick moving to blindside, the main switch there with Heather O'Brien restored to number 8 after starting the opening match and not seen since then. All new centre partnership of Deacon and Fitzhenry in that back line. Ibra Considine replacing Louise Galvin on the wing. Wales have opted to mix things up, and some tired bodies over the course of the campaign so far. In the pack, Siobhan Lillicrap joins Melissa Clay in the second row. And the only change to the forwards, Ciara Bevan and Robin Williams will form a new half-back combination even at 9 and 10. Interesting to see how they get on. Eleanor Snowsill, plenty of pace at full-back, reverts to the number 15 jersey. Well, Sophie Spence once again, loads of experience on that bench, but 4 teenagers among the replacements for Wales. Kelsey Jones, 19 years of age, and Thaiki George at just 17. Almost set to go. Referee from England, Claire Hodnett. Her assistants, Graham Cooper from Australia and Holly Davidson from Scotland. Our television match official is David Grassoff from England. And we have a beautiful afternoon. Beside me, former England international Sue Day. Emotion from the Irish there. For Wales, it's all about trying to get a victory. Should be an interesting game. It should be. If the Welsh backline can fire, they'll be threatening. They haven't really hit their straps yet this tournament, and Ireland, of course, will be desperate to get that result in front of a home crowd. Well, they've played 24 times. Wales lead by 13-9, but Ireland have won all last 6 games in the head-to-heads between them, so they definitely have the advantage in terms of recent form, as a handling mistake early on before Deacon crashes up the middle. Her first start on home soil, the Irish inside centre, wearing number 12. And a big occasion for her as Heather O'Brien carries into the tackle. A good tackle it was too for Carol Thomas. Held up by Keris Phillips, the captain for the Ospreys, and Ireland. Ball's available. Through Nicole Cronin, back in the pocket to Stapleton. 50th international appearance for her. As we said, leading out the team today in a big moment. Deacon. Ball's available. It's in your foot. Cronin back to her fly half, and Stapleton looking to put the kick over the halfway line. Sits up nicely though for Snowsill. It brings it infield to Robin Wilkins, and Hannah Jones then with the pass. A big thumping tackle goes in. Romima Considine rolls away just in time. For Wales, full credit, managed to hang on to the ball. This is Phillips, the captain. Rock. Bevan just wants a bit of support, and Ciara Griffin gets cleaned out of it. Box kick by the scrum half. Stapleton back in the pocket, and then finds Deacon. They're going to go wide this time. Alison Miller with a bit of space. Scored a beautiful try against Australia. Looks to get that long hand and defend, but an equally good tackle from Jasmine Joyce to put her down. And Cronin to recycle. Up the middle they go again. This time it's Cooney. The Railway Union locked forward. And Wales don't roll away on the ground. And I think it's against Amy Evans, a tight head penalty. Both teams showing their ambition to run the counter-attack ball when it gets kicked through. You're never going to get round the outside of Jasmine Joyce, not even Ali Miller. Jazz Joyce, one of the quickest players, certainly around in the Six Nations teams. Stapleton opting to go up the line and finds a decent touch on the 22-metre line. And we know the strength of Ireland this tournament, Sue Day, has been in their pack, and particularly from the maul. It really has. They've played very strongly in the forwards, picking and going around the fringes, mauling the ball. So you can only imagine at this line out, especially early on, when you want to set your stall out, when you want to keep the ball, not make mistakes, the catch and drive here to really get on the front foot is what you'd expect. First throw then for Athena Maloney, and she finds Mary-Louise Riley, Ireland's go-to line-out jumper. And again, they set the maul and look to find any gaps in the Welsh defence, and they found one already. Onwards they go. Ball held at the back. Wales have to be careful not to stray offside now. Carol Thomas shoved out of it. Ball's gone down, and Heather O'Brien 8 metres short of the Welsh line. Advantage to Ireland. Pick and go. Cronin just directing traffic, wants runners and gets Isla Sheegan. She barreled her way over against Australia for Ireland's first try. From a similar position here. Stapleton now looks to go wide. Deacon with the pass on the outside to Tyrrell. Tyrrell to Considine. Considine lifted and brought to the ground. Good defensive hit from Ellen Evans, and there for Stapleton once more. Shipped on to the captain, Paula Fitzpatrick. Ireland looking for the game's first score inside the first 5 minutes.
Out 3 red! Release 6!
Lindsay Peake can't get any further than the 5-metre line. Stapleton once more, in behind to Deacon. Deacon almost ran into her own player and Heather O'Brien. Referee says play on, and Wales told to roll away once more. Stapleton again looking for the flat line. Fitzhenry couldn't hold it, it went forward, and Wales survive and get the scrum.
Tackle was made.
Wales survived, but great ambition from Ireland, and really noticeably different from the way they've been playing in previous games. Previous games when they've been this close to the line, it's been all about the one-out forward runners. Here, Nora Stapleton, ambitious, trying to get the ball out into the open spaces. It was a lovely line, wasn't it, from Fitzhenry, but she just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, Fitzhenry and Deacon starting in the centre. As I mentioned, they're both from County Wexford, and they both play with Blackrock College, so they know each other's game inside out. That must help as well on the first start.
It certainly, especially at the beginning of a test match this important when you're nervous, just understanding where each other's going to be instinctively, always helpful. Shunned
Haddies takes it off the back of the scrum, and then up the middle comes Gemma Rowland. Big physical presence in the centre for Wales, and ball squirting off the outside of the boots. Not Wilkins' best ever kick, but Ireland will have another line out, and it's about 7 metres short of that line. Decent position.
You know.
You've got to say that is exactly what Wales didn't want, the ball to slice off there. We've already seen, especially with Riley in the line-out, it's so hard for anybody to steal line-out ball off Ireland.
Well, Ireland have the best line-out in terms of percentage success rate with 91.5% coming into today, but Wales are second in the tournament. So both sides at this particular set piece have been very, very solid.
7 red on the lifter too soon.
Penalty against Rachel Taylor.
Doesn't look like she's shaping up for a kick to post, does it? This looks like another line out, please. Referee. Such a powerful weapon for Ireland, this line out, isn't it? Those line out stats over 90%.
Right, number 1.
Such an important weapon for them, but they need to make it count.
Take the line.
There you see the penalty there, the drive through on the lifter.
The line is there.
Against Rachel Taylor, who's been Wales' most effective weapon in the lineup, but you can see that they haven't contested on that last throw. Interesting to see what they do here. Riley again goes up, again Wales don't contest, and again they try and drive through and stop that momentum.
Balls at the front.
Seemed to work pretty well, and the ball's gone to ground. It's good defensive work by the Welsh pack. Maloney takes her eye off it, and now advantage is to Wales. The captain, Phillips, picks it off the deck. They go back for the scrum.
Coming, you were fine.
It is a gamble, Sue, when you don't contest the line out like that, but Wales knew exactly what they were doing there.
If you don't contest, then you better make sure you're competing well when it lands, and that's exactly what Wales did there. Ireland tried to transfer it, didn't they, to take it away from that threat, but weren't able to then get all the players around to form the maul.
Stability.
Your timing has to be spot on as well, because when Riley goes up in the air like that, any hit before she lands and it's a penalty.
Bind.
So let's have a look at the scrum then. Wales scrum worst in the tournament with just 81.8% success so far. Ireland might try and seek out an advantage there, but Harry says, I'm not going to give you the time to do that. And then up the middle comes Rowland, again being asked to carry from the outside centre channel back in down the 10, and she does well to set it up.
Use it!
Box kick from Bevan, and the 20-year-old finds touch just outside the 22. She only took rugby up in 2014, the Welsh scrum half. It's not a bad progression to play for your country within 3 years of taking up a sport, is it?
Not bad at all. There she is, Ciara Bevan. She's accelerated her way through the Welsh ranks, hasn't she? But haven't Wales done well to clear their lines under so much pressure from Ireland? Of course, Ireland putting themselves under pressure with the handling errors early on. Short
line out call for this one. You know exactly where it's going, don't you? Riley again. This time Wales do challenge and come off second best. Stapleton, flat pass to Deacon in the middle, and then shipped on. Griffin standing very flat to take
Advantage,
that on.
6 red offside.
And then Wales
Penalty
offside
advantage.
through Alicia Butchers, and
Get the mark, please, Holly.
Ireland have a penalty advantage. Deacon goes wide to Stapleton, 2 outside, and one is Ali Miller trying to hand off. It worked the first time, still on her feet, Alison Miller. What a strong run by the Irish winger.
Release.
Still there for Cronin,
Play up.
under all sorts of pressure from
Rock.
Keris Phillips, and back she goes, the scrum half. Not the biggest, and when the Welsh pack trying to disrupt her game,
Use it.
she needs a lot of protection from that Irish pack. Pick and go this time from Egan.
Hands off,
Tackled by her
red.
opposite number, Evans. Cronin once more, little interchange, that's lovely hands. Stapleton now is switching the middle to Deacon. He's trying to use that shoulder to barge through the tackle of Robin Wilkins, and she's 5 metres out from the line. Maloney standing flat. A try against France when she came off the bench in UCD in the last round of pool matches. Still there for Cronin. Stapleton calling for it out on the right-hand side. In behind, again, nice hand from Fitzhenry to Tyrrell. Tyrrell switches and had Considine outside her. Opted to go herself and back herself. Fitzpatrick. Bit of support. Cronin.
Red move.
Taylor told to get out of the way, and she didn't in time. And Maloney is a metre short. Better from Ireland. Can they finish this off? Pick and go at the line. Again,
Onside,
just short.
Hands up. Hands up.
Almost
ball.
10 minutes played, looking for the first try of the game.
penalty
Ireland camped
advantage.
inside Wales 22. 13th phase of possession. Cronin goes wide. Hands should do it. Tyrrell, what a tackle that was.
Tackle roll.
Irish fullback not able to stretch for the
red.
line. Again, another penalty infringement by Wales. Flat pass to Maloney.
8 red moves.
Tackle by Phillips, and then
Good.
Harry's told to
On
roll
the
away.
line, on the line, move.
It's a lack of discipline that's costing Wales at the moment. Still playing advantage to Ireland.
Still penalty advantage.
4th penalty given away already
Inside here.
by the Welsh, and then another pick and go. Griffin, but Egan on her shoulder. That's good.
One red move.
Strong leg pump by the Irish up
advantage,
inside.
1 red.
Cronin, another advantage. Crossfield kick. It's meant for Considine, and Miller. Will it sit up nicely for Miller? Wow. She really should have taken that one.
She should have taken it on the full. Once you let it bounce, it's a complete lottery. But she was worried. They were both worried, the pair of them, that they were going to knock it on if they took the high ball. So try to hedge their bets, but you've got to take those
in this area for your
on
tackle,
the
not
full.
rolling away. 7 red, 6 red, and then 1 red here. Penalties here against 1 red. Please go and speak to your players now. Nope. Time's off.
5 penalties today. I mean, you could make a case that a card could have came there.
5 penalties in 10 minutes. That's a huge stat. Wales just creeping around the fringes at the breakdown constantly. Ireland will be pleased that the referees picked that up, because if it doesn't get picked up, it makes it very, very hard to play quick ball rugby, which is what Ireland are trying to do today. Far more ambitious than we've seen from them. Here it is. Ali Miller needed,
take that.
Yeah, absolutely needed to take that on the full, and it would have been an
Okay,
easy
done.
score.
Maybe just a
Time
lack
back
of
on.
confidence after everything that's happened over the last 4 games. You can see the frustration from the supporters there. But it is another opportunity for Ireland to go to the corner. And Wales all defensive duties at the moment.
Line is yours.
Ireland need to make this line out
Line is
count, don't
yours.
they? And it's getting harder and harder for Wales
Wait
to
till she
defend. Now
lands.
with the penalty
Don't take
count
the
up to
supporter.
5, they must be thinking, if they cross the line here, the referee's going to go to her pocket.
Last met in the Six Nations in March, Ireland won by 12 points to 7 in Wales, but this is their first meeting in a World Cup match, and then a decent line out take from Riley, who looks to set them
Stay
all.
up, Red.
And then it's Sarah Griffin at the back. Ciara Griffin holding on to the ball with Cooney. Where is it? It's at the back. Ireland should be over. Fitzpatrick trying to get down. Fitzpatrick is down. Ireland score.
Ireland score, and the celebrations from the team 1 to 15 were huge. It hasn't been Ireland's worst World Cup. They've not had the best time here. They were absolutely desperate to start this game. Well, you could see it, the emotion on the faces of the players and the anthems. This time they got the catch and drive right, and it's Paula Fitzpatrick, who's been immense for Ireland, who gets the ball over the line.
That's what it means to the fans. Paula Fitzpatrick, her 4th try of the World Cup campaign. The St Mary's number 8, playing at blindside today. She can play anywhere, back row, second row, doesn't really matter. And Nora Stapleton, who has 15 points in the tournament so far, looks to add another 2 from the boot. That's the angle. Perfect conditions for place kickers, you have to say. And again, a decent strike by the Irish fly half from Donegal. Fitzpatrick with a try, Stapleton with the conversion, and Ireland off to a flyer in Kingspan Park.
It's exactly what they needed. Wales have been defending desperately pretty much for the whole of this first 10 minutes.
And the try has been converted by number 10.
And Ireland needed to come away from that with points. That's exactly what they've done.
Wales to get us back underway then, and it will be Eleanor Snowsill, who's played most of the World Cup at fly half, but in full back today. Fitzpatrick claims the restart. Tries to beat the first challenge, but Ellen Evans, the 31-year-old winger, made the tackle.
Lost!
And Ireland come just outside their own 22. Stapleton.
Taken back, Hoops.
Crossfield kick from Deacon. It was taken back in. It's gone straight out, which means Wales get a line out. First chance really for Wales to have a go here.
It is first piece of attacking possession from Wales. A mistake there, kicking the ball out on the full. Wales have positioned their best kickers back deep. Snowsill waiting for that kick to come back, but she didn't need to field it.
Phillips, now most of the lineouts have gone to Rachel Taylor. 26 takes so far for the open side. That one didn't, and it's an unforced error.
Perhaps wishing now that they had made Rachel Taylor the target. Wales, that was their first piece of attacking possession. You really need to make those count. When you've been under the cosh for 14 minutes, you need to get a foothold in the game. It just went straight through her hands, didn't it?
Guys, into the space.
Taylor's taken 26 balls from the line out already, Sue. Why not go to your go-to safe jumper and just secure possession on the first throw?
I can't answer that question. It's exactly what you need to be doing, exactly what they should be doing at that moment, at this point in the game.
So Cronin, again, it's a clean strike from Maloney. And Heather O'Brien, cross field, tries to get away from Taylor. Good tackle, buddy, open side.
Stay on side.
Back with the Irish scrum half.
Always in.
Stapleton, this time inside of 22, allowed to go straight out.
They're not quite the clearance Nora Stapleton wanted. You see her shaking her head. She didn't quite get quick ball, so she was under a lot of pressure when she kicked that. It's another chance for Wales, really. Only a couple of metres further out than the line out a couple of minutes ago.
Phillips, let's see what they do this time. A rare venture for Wales on the Irish 22-metre line. Decent take this time at the back with Taylor, and then Phillips takes it. Wales trying to set them all. Got a bit of change from Canada in their pool match here, and looks like they're making some inroads into the Irish 22. This is a really good maul, good low body positions as well. Ireland desperately trying to stop it, but they can't at the moment, and Wales go forward again. Really good work by the pack. It's there, it's controlled, just short of the line. Desperate Irish defence held on the ground, and Ireland survive. Turnover ball.
Wales got such a good shove on, didn't they? They couldn't quite control it. It got out of hand almost. Couldn't keep control just before the line. It was such a good shove, wasn't it? But right at the end, Ireland just get the upper hand and then managed to hold it up as well.
Fitzpatrick again. Try score, try saver.
Crouch.
Irish number 6, and now
Bind.
chance for Cronin to feed Stapleton and get this one away. Standing quite flat, Nora Stapleton, which might lead to believe she's going to take this one up, but look at the pressure that comes on the Irish front row from the Welsh scrum.
Red.
Making life very difficult.
Use it. You've lost.
Cronin under a bit of pressure, back to Stapleton, again looking to get this one clear. Wales though still very much inside the Irish 22.
Very much an it'll do clearance, that'll do at this point. She'd have liked to get more distance, but was under a lot of pressure. They're not getting nice clean ball for Nora Stapleton to have the time to put a good long clearance in.
Phillips to throw. Taylor standing at the back of the line out. That's where Riley has gone. So obviously Ireland have identified where the threat is. Taylor and Riley go up, and it's a head-to-head battle. Riley comes out on top. Really good work by Ireland to read the line-out call, and then to get up execution and technique. Stapleton fires one over the head. That's a really good touch.
Excellent, excellent rugby from Ireland, putting Riley up against Taylor. The top line-out jump of Wales, nullifying that threat. Brilliant line-out defence, the timing of the lift, everything about it, the dexterity of Riley, then into the hands of Teat, who makes ground, then an excellent clearance from Nora Stapleton. That will really calm Irish nerves. That is really good, solid defensive rugby, and it's got the crowd going as well.
They're desperate to finish this tournament on a win, Ireland. They made a pretty good start with a try after 10 minutes. Ball off the top, Harries takes it. Almost run into her own player. Referee says play on. Still there for Clay. Pick and go. Bit of support from her captain. And Ireland told to roll away and leave it. Succeeded in slowing down the ball. Just that extra second or two. Wales keep it tight. Bevan. Wilkins. Chance for Jones now to go around the outside. And then they offload to Joyce. And Evans had to take the tackle almost as soon as she got her hands on the ball. No opportunity to move whatsoever. Ireland up in their face. Wilkins once more. Up the middle they go. Bevan. Lily Crapp.
6 green roll.
Wilkins, 3 outsider. This is Rowlands. Harries through 1, through 2.
Penalty advantage.
Very strong running by the Welsh number 8.
Get them out for me, please, Coots.
Phillips brings it into midfield. Wales have numbers left now if they want to try and move this. Ireland trying to come up on a wall to stop them at source, and Lily Crapp takes it through. Tackled by Egan. Still there for Bevan and still playing penalty advantage. Snowsall on the outside to Jones, and then Evans. Tackled by Tyrrell. Clay. Big hit by Ciara Cooney. Bevan once more. Harries runs into 2 Irish defenders and still Welsh advantage. Phillips, little dummy, tackled by Riley. If they get quick ball on the right hand side, they might have an overlap here. Ireland are caught short, but only 3 defenders. Little grubber kick through. It's going to be way too far. You wonder, was that the right option? There was a 3-on-2 overlap out wide too.
I think she just thought, we've got the advantage, let's try something different. But I'd agree with you. They were constantly putting Ireland under pressure, gradually making ground. Harries did so well there, the strength to stay on the pitch and then drive through the tackle. They moved the ball well from side to side, didn't they? Stretching that Irish defence, which is why I agree with you. Keep the ball in hand, keep stretching that defence. Eventually you'll find a hole.
Time off.
Nicole Cronin, the smallest player in the Irish team, tackling Wales' most formidable ball carrier. That was a brilliant sight to see there.
You got to take him low in that position.
Bit of attention to Shuan and Lily Crapp, just taking a knock to the back of the head. Bit of ice at the moment.
I thought it was an excellent advantage played by the referee, Claire Hodner. She's a referee I've always been very, very impressed with, always very calm, always communicates really well with the teams, and that way all the way through she was reminding them the advantage was there.
Good to go?
Big tackle went in.
Thank you.
Good body position from Cooney.
Hey guys, water off, please.
Looks like she's okay to continue.
Okay, green on the
Well,
line,
story
please.
of the line out so far.
Water off.
Lost 2 on their own throw for Wales, which they'll be disappointed about. As I mentioned, they had statistically the best line out coming into this game in the tournament. So it's unlike them. They've got to hit the target here. Really well done. Now can they set them all?
On the ball.
Ireland disrupting and they bring it down straight away. Wales recycled though, and it's at the back with Phillips. Little shift in momentum. Good pressure, and they keep it tight. Ireland trying to hold them out. Wales still have the ball. They're looking to turn around and find a soft spot. 1 metre out. Can they get the ball down over the line? Fitzpatrick again trying to hang on to it. And it's gone into touch, and it'll be an Irish put into the line out.
The clash of the line-out titans, this one, isn't it? At the moment, Ireland getting the upper hand. First of all, an attack, now in defence, doing just enough. Wales couldn't get it to the back, could they? They couldn't get it away from the Irish hands, trying to wrap it up. And in the end, Ireland push it out into touch.
Time off, please.
Just a bit of attention, I think, to Isla Sheegan as the player down injured at the moment.
Make a change here.
And I think the referee is asking for Ireland to make a change.
Yeah, get her on, please.
Yeah, Egan's going off.
Thank you.
Which means that Ciara O'Connor is going to come in for Ireland off the bench. Probably a lot earlier than she would have anticipated, but that's the way the game goes.
Certainly is, and that is a big loss for Ireland. Eilish Egan going off. When they didn't start her in earlier games, they really missed her.
Well, look, there's a lot of players that rumours would have it today are going to retire at the end of this match, and Eilish Egan might be one of those players.
Hang on.
She certainly looked in distress going off. Whether that's about pain or retirement, I don't know. But World Cups often spell the end of careers for players. You keep going until the end of the World Cup, and then try and go out on a high.
Riley, another magnificent take from the Irish lock. Cronin directing the forward to try and relieve a bit of pressure on Nora Stapleton. Ireland come through, and Cliona Maloney has it at the back.
Penalty advantage.
Advantage being played. Cronin gets rid of it. He'll go back for the penalty, and I think it's against Melissa Clay.
Again, more good work at the line out from Ireland. It's almost as if you throw to Riley. It's never in doubt, is it?
Mary-Louise Riley past the 50 marker as well. You saw Nora Stapleton. She's the third member of this squad to reach half a century, along with Riley and Claire Malloy, who's not involved for Ireland today. Stapleton finds touch. Here's what the penalty was for. It was against Melissa Clay, the Welsh lock. Now she is number 5 on the ground, just bringing it down. She might plead her innocence, but you can be sure she knew exactly what she was doing there.
There she is, Riley again. Such a safe pair of hands. It really isn't easy soaring up that high and still having the core strength to get your handling skills right.
Fitzpatrick this time at the back. Cronin off the top for Stapleton. Oh, again, it's a handling error. I mean, there's just no excuse for that. Just complete lack of concentration.
Really putting themselves under pressure, Ireland. The pass from Stapleton was dying a little bit on Griffin, to be fair to Griffin, but you've still got to take those. It's down at her knees, isn't it? But as an international rugby player, you've got to take them.
Third handling error for Ireland, just one for Wales so far. That stat alone should please them as they try and set the scrum. Good shot of Alicia Butchers there. 24 tackles against Canada, the Welsh blindside flanker. So she put in a monster shift in defence. Obviously wants to get her hands on the ball a little bit more against Ireland here today. Bevan directing the troops. One out runners. Lily Crapp into contact again. Tackled by Deacon and by Cooney.
5 green roll.
Griffin told to leave it. Nice diving pass from Bevan to Evans. And then back with the Welsh scrum half. Taken up this time by Carol Thomas. Tiny, they call her, 5'7" and 13 stone 7. You can take it that is an ironic nickname, as the flat pass in the centre to Hannah Jones, 20-year-old from the Scarlets.
Green tackler.
And Ireland not rolling away. Penalty advantage to Wales. This is a good opportunity. It's a shot to nothing. Wilkins, little dink over the top. Snowsill, look, they were miles offside. They're going to go back for the penalty. Snowsill way ahead of the kicker there.
She got herself in front of the kicker, didn't she? You've got to be patient there. You know the kick's coming. But you want to run on it. You've got to run on it at a pace. So getting too flat, counterproductive, so far in front of the kick at the end.
The turnover was good. You've got to move. Shot a goal.
5 steps ahead of Robin Wilkins there, the full-back Eleanor Snowsill.
I suppose in her defence, she's normally the one kicking the ball in those positions rather than the one chasing it. But still, you've got to get your timing right.
Dragons full-back, fly half, former Sevens player as well. And it's a gilt-edge opportunity for Wales here to put 3 points on the board after 25 minutes. You just got to take these kicks and opportunities when they come.
It couldn't be a better one to start for Wilkins, could it right in front of the posts.
No problem with the kick. Flags go up. And Ireland's lead is cut from 7 points to just 4. It's taken 25 minutes, but Wales are off the mark.
They needed that, didn't they? They've had a lot of pressure. Ireland have repelled them at the line out, so they've not been able to get over that way, but at least getting a few points on the board. And Wilkins will breathe a sigh of relief. Those are easy kicks, but you've still got to kick them.
Stapleton restarts, and then Harries carries straight into contact, eventually tackled by O'Connor. There for Bevan. And again, the forwards through Alicia Butchers asked to carry it up. This is Wilkins. Plenty of options for her. Lily Crapp, Bevan. Wilkins once more, wants a little switch. You can see what she was asking for. And I don't think the rest of the backs were on the same wavelength.
No, and Wales are falling into the trap of getting a little bit lateral in attack in the back line. They had a 4-on-2 then, Wales, but Wilkins ran the outside players out of space. You can see her coming across the pitch. Now, she might be calling for a switch, but the fact is a 4-on-2, all you needed is simple hands, fix the player in front of you and get the ball into the hands of your outside players. And when your outside player is Jazz Joyce, one of the fastest things on 2 legs, that's what you need to be doing.
Well, Wales do not offload the ball. They made 0 offloads against Canada, which was an amazing statistic. Ireland don't tend to offload either, it has to be said. So coming into this game, you just wondered would it be a war of attrition between 2 sides that love to keep it tight. So far, Ireland just ahead with 1 try on the board. Courtesy of Paula Fitzpatrick. Harries decides enough is enough. Bevan again, a flat pass to the speedster that Sue just mentioned, Joyce. It didn't have a huge amount of space there to work with. Ball's gone loose and Cronin has to leave that. Lily Crabb again being asked to carry. Huge amount of work from her so far. Phillips bounces off the first tackle. Wilkins on the outside to Evans. Back with Bevan. Amy Evans this time. Former weightlifter for Wales. And now firmly entrenched in the rugby squad as Lily Crapp once more breaks the gain line, gets over and keeps the momentum going. Snowsell looking for a switch in the middle. Tackled by Pete. Jones did well to hang on. Bevan once more. Phillips again. Stapleton has to go low. Does go low. Wilkins. Lily Crapp tackled by Fitzpatrick. O'Connor lets it go. Wales happy just to go from left to right at the moment. They're not really making much inroads though towards that Irish 22. Jones again. Broke the first tackle. Penalty advantage. Oh, just a drop pass, and it's quite lateral at the moment.
Very lateral. The point that you made about offloads is a really important one, isn't it? Because Wales take the ball into contact and Ireland know that they can then spread out in defence because there's never going to be an offload. And that means that Ireland have always got numbers in defence, making it really hard for Wales to make ground. They need to try something a bit different, Wales. They've got to get less lateral for starters, and they need to come from a bit more depth to be taking the ball at real pace once they're going into contact.
So, penalty against Ireland. Not running away in the tackle. A take there by Hannah Jones, the 20-year-old from the Scarlets, and Wales go into the corner.
Here we go again. There's somebody hedging their bets.
Split loyalties in the camp. Phillips listening for the shout in the line-out. Wales have had some pretty good success from the line-out and maul when they get it going, and Ireland know what's coming here. Take from Clay. Wales get the shove on. Ireland to bring it down, but they bring it down illegally, and this could be a card, but Wales not interested. Off they go again. They do have the advantage. Harries has it at the back. It's just gone down. They're over the line. Is it ball down? It is. It's a try for Wales. They finally burst over the line. Thomas it is that gets it down. And Wales creep in front for the first time in the game.
8-7 to Wales now. First of all, it was the secure ball at the line out, and then twice Ireland tried to bring this down. Twice the referee put her arm out for advantage, but Wales didn't need any of that. They've struggled to organise it well at the back, but Thomas realised where she was and stretched out over the line and put it down. This really is the clash of the line-out titans, isn't it?
Brilliantly taken by Carol Thomas. Tiny, as I mentioned, her nickname. Nothing tiny about her. She spent 3 years out of the Welsh team from 2007 to 2010, but she's come back in, committed herself, and the reward is a try in the World Cup. And Wales with a 1 point lead. It could be 3 if Wilkins knocks this one over. Right-footed strike. It's a really good strike from Wilkins, but the flags go up. What a kick that was.
Great strike, really putting the pressure back on Ireland. Wales, the kicks make such a difference, the extra couple of points. Big test for Ireland now. They had loads of the pressure early on. They've coughed up possession a couple of times, putting the pressure back on themselves, and Wales have made it count.
That's the 10th try that Wales have scored in this World Cup. Ireland had 11 coming into it and 1 here, so that's 12. Tries have been a premium for both teams, and Alison Miller rushes straight off to follow up that restart, make the tackle, and a bit of a statement of intent there from the winger. Wilkins to act as scrum half. And Wales' tails are up at the moment. We've played 31 minutes and they are ahead by 3. This World Cup campaign from Ireland, you just wonder, will the seed of doubt after everything that's happened, can Wales take advantage of any mental frailty in this Irish squad? Tyrrell is back there, inside to Stapleton. Considine coming back to support her, so too Deacon. And it's the Irish inside centre who kicks it over the top. This one for Considine to chase. Snowsill's back there. Did really well there, just to hold her feet, stay inside the 22 and find touch.
Really well, very good awareness, especially for somebody who normally plays their rugby at 10. Really good awareness of exactly where that 22 was. It's a good kick from Deacon. Kickers at 10 and 12 Ireland, so it really keeps the pressure on you as a fullback. You can't push up too quickly.
So Maloney to throw. Wales in front by 3. Automatic qualification for the World Cup in 2021 for the winners in this game. That's what's at stake here, as Wales, their tails are up at the moment, and Phillips crashes over the first tackle and recycles the ball beautifully. Here's the try scorer, Carol Thomas. And a Scarlet Loosehead sets it up for Bevan. Now Wilkins. This is much better by Wales. Anything that we've seen so far in the tournament. Lovely offloads. Snowsall on the burst and then a big tackle. Well, we mentioned no offloads against Canada. That was a really good one, Sue.
A really good one. Maybe it's the start of things to come.
And maybe a different approach needed as Taylor crashes over Maloney and recycles again for Wales. Harries, 2 to bring her down, and Lindsay Peat just hanging onto her back to stop her momentum. Another score here. Lillicrap. Griffin makes the tackle. There for Bevan. Bevan once more. Wilkins, little switch in the middle. Rowland sets it up for a scrum half. Wilkins once more, 2 outsider, taken by Hannah Jones and upended in a tackle by Katie Fitzhenry. Really good hit. This is Taylor, but you'll notice that Wales are recycling the ball. No matter how big the hits, they're not losing their composure, as Harries is tackled by her ups and number Heather O'Brien. Still there for Bevan. 11th phase coming up. Jones, and just as I say, Rowland, the pass was in front of her and she couldn't hang on to it. But Wales are playing some really nice rugby.
They are, and the quick ball is the key factor in that. As you say, Ireland putting big hits in but not competing at the breakdown.
Lovely break by the hooker, and what about that for the offload that was missing against Canada? Maybe a new approach from Roland Phillips, the coach.
Yeah, it's the first one, isn't it? Here, the ball just in front of Jem Rowland, but she'd have wanted to hold on to that one. Great ambition from Wales, but they turned the ball over on the line out on about the halfway line and made probably 10 metres in all those phases. They've got to work out how they're going to get further over the gain line and push that Irish defence back more.
58% of the ball for Wales so far after 34 minutes of play. 57 carries and 106 metres made. Wales deservedly in front. And Ireland, again, will need something in the dressing room to try and turn things around. They do have experience on their bench. Spence, as I mentioned, Seni Naopu, who had played every match so far. Leah Lyons as well. And there is Claire Malloy. I'm sure she'd love to be out there. HIA rules meant that herself and Jenny Murphy couldn't take part today.
It's just awful watching from the sidelines. You want to be on the pitch, because when you're on the pitch, all you're thinking about is the next job. When you're on the sidelines, all you're thinking about is how desperate you are for the team to win and how you can't do anything about it.
So Eilish Egan staying off the field with that injury, which means that it's a permanent replacement, and Ciara O'Connor to play the rest of the match. And there's an enthusiastic fan with a fan as Ireland prepare to feed the scrum. It's gone down in the front row, just collapsing there on Lindsay Peate's side, losing her footing up against Amy Evans. Might have a look at this one again. I think she just lost her feet there.
I think that's what it was. The referee certainly has given everyone the benefit of the doubt, reset it.
Chance to set again. 35 minutes played. Wales in front by 3. As things stand, it's Wales who will go through to the World Cup by rights, and Ireland would have to go and qualify. Ball at the back. O'Brien takes it back to Cronin. Stapleton. Nice ball and a wraparound for Ireland. Good work. Considine off her wing. Looks for Tyrrell and then Alison Miller, the decoy runner. Nice dummy switch with Tyrrell. There for Cronin again. Ireland still very, very deep though in that back line. It just allows Wales to drift across the pitch and make that tackle. Stapleton. Maloney can't hold it. It's another handling mistake. It looks nice when they're in free flow, but the practicality of it is somewhat different.
Exactly what I was about to say. It looks really pretty. It's a lovely backline move, but one, it's a little bit lateral, and two, it's a little bit deep. So that move is designed to create an overlap, but by the time the ball gets to Alison Miller, there's no overlap because the Welsh backline have just been able to drift across the pitch.
A sixth handling error for Ireland, as you can see, and Wales have been very good with ball in hand so far. There's the feed. Harry's controlling at the back. Good work by the number 8. Back to Bevan. Wilkins opts to put it in behind. It's a lovely kick. If it gets the bounce here, it's going to get a lovely bounce. And what about that by Robin Wilkins, the Welsh fly half? Beautifully judged kick.
She's having a good game with the boot, Wilkins, isn't she? Really keeping the pressure on Wales, pinning the 3 points, then the extra 2, and now pinning Ireland back into their own 22. The importance of the territory game, so critical.
Wilkins, well, she made her debut as an 18-year-old against Italy in the Six Nations in 2014. Dag Gwillan had one cap against Tonga, so it is a rugby family, and they know what they're doing.
One of those players who's been playing since she was born, pretty much.
She's on the bench against Canada as well, with Eleanor Snowsill picked at 10, so I think they might have found their fly half on the basis of what we've seen so far today. The flag has gone up, that has gone into touch, and it will be a line out.
Well, if we're talking about good kick, that's a fantastic kick, isn't it? The distance on that really got Ireland out of trouble.
There was just on the limit. You must time it right. If you miss it, just let go. Yeah.
Phillips to throw. Up goes Clay. Clean ball off the top to work with. And now let's see what Wales can manage. Wilkins flat ball to Harries, and the number 8 beats the first tackle over the gain line and over the halfway line. Still there for Bevan. Almost in the mix up in the centre there, but Wales still have it. Wilkins calling for it. Snowsill on the switch. Back inside. The full back takes the tackle. Fitzhenry puts her down. Clay. Tackle by Cooney. Recycled. Wilkins again looks to lose that boot. It's a spiral kick down towards Hannah Tyrrell, and that eventually sits up for her. left-footed swing of the boot, and she's going to find touch, but not a huge amount of distance on it.
Not quite the kick she wanted, but she fielded it well. They can be awkward, those bouncing. Gives Wales another line out, another chance to launch an attack.
Tyrrell's had a quiet World Cup, you have to say. She has rarely featured in an attack for Ireland, just the way the game plan has gone. She does have pace, we know that from Seventh Circuit, and indeed during the Six Nations. Just hasn't had much of the ball. It's
been a tough one for her, I think. She's not very experienced at 15s, and she's not very experienced at 15. It's not an easy position to play, and so she's constantly thinking about her positioning. It's hard to be anything other than instinctive at international level, and she's had to think too much.
Brilliant tackle by Maloney there to try and lift the Irish defence, but an equally good carry here by Alicia Butchers, and Wales at the Irish 22-metre line inside the last minute. What a steal that was from O'Connor, getting her hands on the ball, ripping it free, and back for Cronin. Kick from Deacon, only as far as Snowsall. Ball inside to Evans, bounces off the first tackle attempt by Deacon. And it should be there for Ciara Bevan, 20-year-old scrum half. Taylor. Thomas, accidental offside, and it'll be an Irish scrum.
Very clear accidental offside, that, wasn't it? They got their communication a little bit mixed up, but she's done really well this half for Wales, carrying the ball. Thomas here, trying to loop round, but in the end just ends up running straight back into Jones, the number 12.
Try scorer for Wales, the Scarlets lose head Carol Thomas, and there's Heather O'Brien getting ready to pack down in the scrum. Ireland have one last throw of the dice here. You can see
guys, you are too far apart.
Deacon
we need to be slightly
closer,
please. Yeah, no, that's fine. We're just a little too far apart. Safety first, please. Okay.
If you look at the two back lines, it's hard to see which team's in attack. Both lines really flat.
Let's see what they got planned here. Emer Considine standing just behind the scrum.
Set.
Stapleton and Deacon are within 5-6 metres of each other. O'Brien asking for an extra shove here. Back to Cronin, and here is Considine off her wing. Ball in behind, dummy runner from the inside centre, and it's Fitzhenry to Tyrrell. Tyrrell checking a run, trying to come back inside. Stapleton once more. Griffin. Cronin. Little dink over the top, meant for Alison Miller. Well taken and watched by Joyce, but we'll go back. Referee's whistle gone. Offside against Wales, and it'll be an Irish penalty. I think this is outside of Nora Stapleton's distance here. Should have a look at it.
Yes, when you kick to the line, you get the line out.
Very surprised if she'd had a proper goal, but the referees just told them if you're quick, you can have the line out. So
direct.
Undoubtedly, that's what they'll go for.
Trying to get every ounce out of this one, and she has done inside the 22. Decent kick.
A very good kick from Nora Stapleton. Welsh hearts will be in their mouths now. A chance for this brilliant Irish line out to send one more driving maul at the Welsh line. Can Wales disrupt it? There's very little doubt that Maz Riley will catch it.
You bet your bottom dollar on it as Maloney gets ready to throw. No, they go to the front. Cooney, well, there you go. I mean, that is just puzzling in the extreme. Maz Riley has taken every single ball that's come her way, including some of the Welsh throw-ins, and for them to go to Cooney in such an opportunity is a puzzler. But the half-time whistle has sounded. We've had 2 tries and a penalty for Wales, which means they have the advantage going into the break. It's Ireland 7, Wales 10 at half-time. Second half coming up.
Small. Stay up, red! Small. Stay up, red!
Don't forget to tell the world about it, views of the game, pictures from the crowd, get them up on social media. Use the hashtag WRWC2017 hashtag bring it. We would love to have your company right throughout the day and indeed the evening. We have France v USA coming up at 5 and at 7:45. It's the final. It's England v New Zealand.
Small. Stay up, red!
It's a try for Ireland. Aon is proud to support Women's Rugby World Cup 2017 and wish all teams good luck on their journey to greatness. Aon is a huge supporter of diversity and drives a culture of equality and inclusion where everyone can thrive and be themselves. Aon is a leading global professional services firm that has 50,000 colleagues in 120 countries. Visit aon.com/Ireland for more.
Right.
Interest of the health and safety of the players and the supporters, we would request that all spectators stay off the pitch at all times. In In the case of an emergency, please heed all announcements made over the public address and listen to any instructions given to you by the steering staff. Thank you.
And you're very welcome back to Kingspan Stadium. The second half in the 7th place playoff about to get underway. It's Wales who lead by 10 points to 7 as Ireland come out onto the pitch for the last 40 minutes of their World Cup tournament in 2017. They have 40 minutes left to salvage a World Cup place in 2021. They have 40 minutes left to salvage a 7th place finish and to end their tournament with a victory, a badly needed victory in terms of morale and in terms of the goals and objectives that they set out at the start of this tournament. There has been a lot said, particularly over the last week, a lot written in certain Irish media circles about the setup in the Irish camp. Maybe that is for another day. For the players, it's all about finishing with a performance in this last 40 minutes today.
That's so right. There has been so much noise in the media, so much talk about the coaching, about the infrastructure, about the setup. None of that matters right now. None of that matters. It's about the next 40 minutes and all about Ireland wanting to finish this World Cup with a positive performance and with the win.
Opening 10 minutes was Ireland on top, hammering away at the Wales line. Paula Fitzpatrick eventually getting over, but since then it's been all Wales. Yeah,
Wales have dominated possession, haven't they? And helped by Irish handling errors, snatching at the ball, knocking the ball on really when there's been no need to. Actually, Wales haven't been that threatening to the gain line, but Ireland have coughed up the ball to Wales too often.
Yeah, David, I can hear you. Thank you. Thank you.
So we're almost set to go, and it's Nora Stapleton for Ireland on her 50th cap.
Still 30 seconds.
Who's going to get us underway. Ireland from left to right. Heather O'Brien back in the team there at number 8 after starting the opening match and missing out then in the following 2 team selections. Gets a chance to impress at 8. Wales, well,
Captain.
Look for their fly half. Robin Wilkins, who's controlled this game so well. Equally, plenty of forwards taking on the mantle of carrying into the Irish defence, getting over the gain line and setting up a platform to work off. That's what's been so effective from this Welsh team so far, and it's been very impressive, truth be told, as Siwan Lillicrap takes the ball from Stapleton's kick, and Wales will get first possession in the second half. Harries into contact there for Ciara Bevan. Box kick from the scrum half. Almost at the halfway line of Fitzpatrick, standing and waiting for it. Throws away the first tackle attempt by Amy Evans and then sets it up for Cronin. And then O'Connor, it's another handling error and another disappointing mistake when it wasn't needed.
It's almost inexplicable, isn't it? What's causing this? There was nothing wrong with that pass, and it was a simple one to take. She wasn't moving almost. There's no reason for that to go down. I'm not wanting to tick on her. It's a number of the Irish players, really simple errors. Maybe it's nerves. It's such an important game with World Cup qualification hanging off it.
Crouch.
The bigger picture on this one as well. I mean, the last remnants of the 2014 squad are playing in this World Cup. Most of them have retired, but the future, there's a huge question mark over this Irish squad in terms of what's coming through and how they'll even get on at next year's Six Nations. Advantage being played to Wales, a really good scrum, and Ireland give away the penalty.
Real warning signs for Ireland that Ireland are dominating the line out, but if Wales can get the upper hand like that in the scrummage, that will give them real go forward, a chance to kick the ball for territory to get over that gain line.
Snow This time going up the line. Here's where the penalty came from.
It's a huge shove from Wales, isn't it?
Okay. That's your marks down it, please. Thank you.
No doubt from Claire Hodnett, the referee.
Third World Cup appearance as well for Sinead Harries, Scarlet's number 8. Not too many players can boast 3 World Cups in international rugby. Throw to Taylor at the back. This time
15.
she takes it, and then Harries with a little offload to Jones. Hannah Jones straight up the middle, support from her outside centre. Rowland, quick ball as well for Wales. This is good stuff by the Welsh, and an equally good tackle by Lindsay Peat just to stop the momentum temporarily. Wilkins again, the pass juggled first twice and then loses it
knock on by
forward.
red.
Didn't look like Melissa Clay was expecting that ball.
Legally on the ball, no advantage coming.
Should have
knock
been,
on
though.
first.
Indeed,
Scrum.
she should. It's catching, isn't it? Again, that was an easy pass to take
Time off, please.
for Clay. It's a slightly disguised ball in behind, but again, it was straight into her,
You were
wasn't it?
legally on the
No
ball,
reason
go
not
back
to
to
take
first
that
offence.
ball, other than she wasn't expecting it. She thought it was going to the runner in front, but a let-off for Ireland, certainly.
That was a better picture last scrum than some of the ones in the first half, but I'll make sure that we've got the space. Yep.
Ellen Evans just receiving a bit of attention, the winger. She's 32 on Friday, celebrates her birthday on Friday, the 1st of September. Same birthday as me, Sue, if you were wondering where to send the card.
Okay, guys.
This Friday, bottle of wine, whatever you'd like to do.
Time on. Okay, guys, thank you. Into the space,
Guinness.
no preset.
Anything at
Both
all.
sides, please.
Nicole Cronin to feed the Irish scrum, and Wales might feel that opportunity slipped away from them there. They
Crouch.
had the momentum.
Bind.
Big scrum though
Set.
after that last one from Wales.
Trying to get a shove on again, and Ireland just about get it to the back. O'Brien back to her scrum half. Deakin
10 roll. Stay down 9.
leaves a small bit of pressure, but then look at the pass was too slow to Stapleton, and the result was she almost got blocked down. Cronin took far too much out of that ball before giving it away.
It has been a feature of some of Ireland's earlier games, the speed of distribution from the base out to Nora Stapleton, putting her
there.
under enormous pressure to clear the lines. And that time she just couldn't get the distance for that very reason.
Instructions for the line out. Going to go to the front, and this time the throw is spot on. Really good take.
Watch your feet!
Clay tries to
Watch
set
your
them all
feet!
at the
Watch
back
your feet,
with
thank you.
Taylor.
Staying
And
on
now
green!
Phillips. Butchers joins at the back, and this is a really good maul for the Welsh pack, who are on top at the moment. Bevan says that's enough. There's a little gap there for Bevan. Thought about the offload and gets it to Rowland. Quick ball needed for Wales. Flat runners, a really good carry from Butchers, the blindside flanker. Again, looking to use this quickly. The offload from Clay in behind to Taylor, who recovered some of the damage. Harries has to be stopped. Cronin can't put her down.
Hold it.
Nice hands from Wilkins. This is the try scorer. Carol Thomas in the first half. Bashed her way over from close range. She's a lot further out this time. Taylor, lovely hands. Phillips, the captain. Phillips thought about the dummy and still going. Nice play from the Welsh. Irish defence sitting off at the moment. They need to make their first time tackles here. And Lillycrap
6
crashes towards the 5 metre
available.
line. Decent Welsh play. Can they finish it off? Bevan in 2 minds. Butchers once more. 2 to bring her down. She's recycled possession. Miller in to make a nuisance of herself and try and disrupt. Still there for Wales. The runner's on her shoulder.
Tackle!
Ireland told to roll away.
Onside, move.
3 standing out wide. They're better
One
off keeping this one
onside.
tight for Wales. Ireland have enough numbers out, but this is a crash ball up the middle. And again, Cooney had to make a desperate tackle to stop the Welsh
One. Thank
getting
you.
at the Irish line. Pick and go again. Butchers this time. O'Connor trying to hang on to her, and Pete Butchers held just short. And off they go again. Almost there, the tight head Evans. Did
Time
that
off.
ball touch the line? We're going to go up to the TMO. What's your first impression, Sue?
It's a tight one, isn't it? I thought initially
David?
it was over, but then the
Can you tell
close-up
me,
seemed to
please,
suggest
try yes
it
or no?
wasn't.
The question is try yes or no.
Try yes or no, she's asked. Very simple question.
Any part of the ball touches that whitewash, And it's a try that looks like it's there, doesn't it? This is a better angle. I think that's a try. Sue, what do you think?
I'm not sure that it is. It looks a little bit short. This angle's probably the one.
Oh, so close, isn't it?
It might be a little bit short just because of the shape of the rugby ball. That end isn't touching the line. Does it get there? I'm not sure it does. Fortunately, we don't have to make the decision.
No. Just whether he thinks that furthest point of the ball touches the white line.
One more, Claire, please.
One more line. This is the last angle. Does that touch the line? Oh, wouldn't like to make that call.
Claire?
Yes, David.
Here we go.
I have a decision for you. The ball is short of the line. No try.
No try.
Scrum 5, red ball.
Thank you.
Short of the line. Ireland
Time back on.
survived, but for how
no
long?
Try.
Short of the line by millimetres. The shape of the ball saving Ireland. It was hanging over the line, wasn't it? But not touching it.
Interesting to see what Wales up to do here. Do they try and power their way over? We know that Harries is such a difficult ball carrier to stop.
You've got to think that's the first option. Get the upper hand at the scrummage, give your number 8 a chance. First of all, the push over, then the carry, then if not, let the backs have a go. There's a lot of space out blind.
If I was Harries, I'd be running straight at Nora Stapleton on this blind side. That's exactly, well, she tried it, but Ireland wheeled the scrum just enough, and then O'Brien gets in to make the tackle. Importantly for Wales, they've managed to recycle it, and it's still there. Not as clean as they would have liked from that set-piece scrum, and I'm sure Nora Stapleton breathing a sigh of relief that she doesn't have to try and stop the run of Harries. This is carried in by Alicia Butchers, who's again putting in a monster shift in the Welsh jersey. Taylor, tackled by Pete, not the most conventional of techniques, but she has stopped her. There's the captain, Phillips, and she makes another metre or so. Butchers once more. That's a really good carry again. Is she down? Looks like she's held up.
Scrum.
We go back for the scrum. Relentless pressure from Wales.
Relentless is the word. Wales banging on the door, but just can't get through.
Time off, please. I've
at
got
the
a person
moment.
from the
Desperate
scrum.
defence from Ireland. Just holding that one up. It's Cronin with her friend Griffin just stopping Wales getting the ball to ground. It was a huge scrum from Ireland, that last one, wasn't it? Getting the wheel exactly the way that they wanted it to, so O'Brien was able to get up and get the tackle in.
99 tackles for Ireland so far.
Guys, I think we're making a change.
Kira Cooney just receiving a bit of attention. I do have Sophie Spence on the bench, and you'd expect to see her sooner rather than later. It looks like it's a hand injury, and Spence has her tracksuit top off, and she's getting ready to come in. Well, this is a powerhouse to bring off the bench.
Certainly is. That won't harm the Irish scrum, that's for sure. It was a surprise probably to see Sophie Spence on the bench in the first place. She's getting a huge roar from the crowd as she comes on. What a moment to come on, a defensive scrum on your 5 metre line. No pressure, Sophie Spence.
Alison Miller is standing on the blind side this time with Hannah Tyrrell. Now they're just waiting for Cooney to get off the pitch, and she gets a generous round of applause for her efforts and a salute to the crowd as well.
Okay, time back on. Thank you.
You can't imagine Wales will do anything but an 8 pick here with the power of Harries.
Set.
You would not bet against her crashing over that Irish try line. They need to get the ball to the back quicker than they did last time. Look at that for a shove, though. Why not keep it going? Why not keep it going? It's a penalty.
1 red.
Ireland very close
1 green.
to conceding a penalty try. Harries, they weren't back 10, surely. Another advantage coming, and they're at the line. Are they down? Yes, they are. Harries powers her way over, and Wales have another try. It's a brilliant score by the big number 8.
It really is really quick thinking from Harries. The Irish defence wasn't set. She saw her opportunity. Wilkins passed her the ball, so she got there quickly. There were 5 of them there in the end to tackle her, but she managed to power through and then stretch out to get the ball over the line. It was coming, that try, wasn't it? The pressure from the Welsh forwards, the Irish just unable to repel it any longer.
All 11 stone, 14 of Sinead Harris crashing over the Scarlets' back row in her third World Cup as the kick sails through as well, which means that Wales are now 10 points clear. It's a long way back for Ireland, but truth be told, Wales absolutely deserving of every single point of that lead so far.
Without doubt, Wales absolutely deserve that. They've dominated the second half so far, but there is a lot of second half left. Ireland need to first of all cut the errors out of their game, and second of all play this game in the attacking half of the pitch. Use Nora Stapleton's boot, use Deacon's boot, use Cronin's boot, get into those corners and then use that line out.
As things stand, it'll be Wales that'll qualify for the World Cup as Harries again breaks the first tackle, sets it up for Bevan, and look, the runner's butchers this time with a handoff, and then the offload as well. Wales in full flight here at Kingspan Stadium. And it's great to watch. Wilkins, ball in behind. Snowsell, dummies. Two to tackle her.
Rock.
Considine.
Onside.
Butchers once more. Spence comes across to try and make the hit. Bevan.
High tackle, penalty only by Green.
And then Lillycraft, penalty. Wales, it's all going Wales' way at the moment. Advantage being played as Phillips has a go and takes two to tackle her.
Still penalty advantage.
Bevan once more, looking to feed on the outside. Nice hands. Wilkins ships one on to Rowland. And then Bevan, we go back for the penalty.
Again, more good communication from the referee. High tackle, penalty only. Wales knew that they had that advantage coming. And you have to imagine they're going to kick for the corners again. There it is.
Yeah, sorry, Paula Fitzpatrick in the sin bin for 10 minutes, and that means Ireland down to 14 for the next 10. Everything going Wales' way at the moment, and nothing for Ireland.
And it's those first up tackles that Ireland can't afford to miss. Wales, we said in the first half they were struggling to get over the gain line. Now they're absolutely not struggling to get over the gain line.
What you have to admire about this Wales team, Sue, Roland Phillips has got 4 teenagers on the bench. He's got two 20-year-olds in key positions in Ciara Bevan at scrum half and then Hannah Jones at inside centre. This is a young Wales team. This is a developing Wales team, and they are only going to get better over the next couple of years.
That's absolutely right. We've seen some of those players really stand up today, haven't we?
As
You're good there.
Wales find touch, and Snowsell. Wales with 90% of the ball in the last 11.5 minutes. Ireland are just being completely and utterly outplayed. Don't forget what's at stake here. Place guaranteed in the World Cup in 2021. Wales set them all again. Riley asked to rejoin them all at the back. She was offside, and Wales coming forward again. Ireland trying to disrupt, but in truth this Wales pack is just too strong, and they now have penalty advantage. Ireland coming in from the side. Well, you know what they're going to do, stick it in the corner.
Without a doubt, at the moment this Wales pack just so on top, aren't they? Ireland just don't know what to do to repel them, and with Fitzpatrick off the pitch for 10 minutes as well, nothing going Ireland's way.
Guys, take the line, please. Take the line. If you're going for the sack, time it.
Phillips to throw. Extra ball on the pitch. Maloney gets rid of that, and Wales look to set here. Options right across. They go to the front. Decent take as well by Clay. Directing them all. Ireland struggling to contain it. It's at the back with Phillips, the captain, looking to add her name to the try list, and she does! Karen Phillips for Wales crashes over, and it's another one. A mountain for Ireland to climb now.
This mountain is just getting higher and higher. Ireland just don't know what to do. Wales have their tails up. Ireland have lost confidence. It looks like they've never looked like they were going to stop that driving maul, did it? This time really tidy from Wales. Phillips it is who takes the ball over the line, but so well organised, Ireland, with no answer to it whatsoever. Ireland have to find something here. They need leaders to stand up. They're shorn of leaders, Ireland, aren't they? Niamh Briggs out before the tournament started. Malloy out before this game. Paula Fitzpatrick now out for the next 10 minutes because of a yellow card. Somebody has to stand up and be counted for Ireland and lead the team forward in the next few minutes.
Conversion attempt from Robin Wilkins from the corner. Her most difficult kick so far. She's been brilliant with the boot though. It's another decent strike. It's just pushed across the face of the goal and wide. So Wales 22 points to 7 in front here and looking very, very comfortable. Substitutions for Ireland. Will they make a difference here? Leah Lyons has come in. Ashley Baxter as well. The 7-star is coming in place of Heather O'Brien. They're still down to 14, don't forget. Larissa Muldoon also come in, and Sene Naupu has come in place of Nora Stapleton, who goes off on her 50th cap. That'll be the end of that.
Okay, so all changes made.
These are big changes for Ireland. A lot of experience coming on. Naupu and Baxter both really experienced. And Muldoon, whilst Cronin is an exciting player, Muldoon far more experienced in 15s to run a game of rugby.
Well, that should mean that Deacon will go in and fly half with Stapleton off the pitch, and Wales still with possession. And it's that Harry's menace again. Just lost her feet as she went to get the handoff there. Decent pick off the deck there from Wilkins, and that outside the 22. She took a tackle there from Cliona Maloney. Didn't look too happy about it. Tyrrell gathers the ball again. Just too easy to tackle. Stopped in her tracks, and ball there for Larissa Muldoon to feed. First touch of the ball to Leah Lyons.
Tackle only.
Little dummy switch. Naupu firing it out. This is Considine, the handoff. And Eva Considine trying to go around the outside. Tackle into the corner. And just lost the ball as she went to ground.
Yeah, it looks like Naupu's got into 10, doesn't it? It was her that played the distributor role there, sending it out to Considine. And they've given the line out away on them, but they made ground there. It's exactly what they need to start doing. Show Wales that they've got some attack to take to them.
Well, Maloney had committed herself to the tackle there, but Wilkins took the brunt of it. Back on her feet, and she's okay.
Ollie, watching 9.
Irish fans desperately trying to get something going here.
They're doing everything they can, aren't they, to help their team. They need something here, Ireland, that's for sure.
You can see Bevan and Muldoon having a right good wrestling match there at scrum half. Bevan coming out on top on this occasion. Still there for Wales, and Clay carries in. Ireland still down for 14 for the next 3 minutes until Fitzpatrick comes back in. They need her back in there.
Stop.
As Wilkins launches the Gary Owen, Tyrrell calls for a decent take and then gets the pass away to Deacon. Puts one over the top. Across comes the Welsh fly half. Is going to take it after the first bounce. It sits up lovely for her, and she can go straight into touch if she so chooses.
Stop! Stop!
Muldoon. Baxter. Maloney dropped it, went forward. Another handling mistake from Ireland. It's going from bad to worse, and the groans from the crowd tell you everything you need.
It was a handling mistake. Ireland didn't know which of the Welsh players were allowed to tackle them and which weren't, because the players hadn't retreated.
How's about that? Good.
Needed to go to hand, didn't it? Ambitious from Ireland, trying to run it out from the back, but those handling errors just killing the game for them. 8 now.
Yes, good. That's why I'm going to stand here.
Ireland have won the last 6 meetings between these sides, and
Crouch.
Wales lead it overall 13-9 going into this game, but as things stand, that will change, and the winning run will come to an end.
Nice.
We'll reset the scrum.
Changing personnel
right
here.
now, Ireland look like a team short of confidence, don't they? They know they can beat Wales. They've done it the last 6 times, and yet at the moment they don't quite know how. What is it we should do to get over that game line, to get over that try line?
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Final minute in the bin for Fitzpatrick.
Right, not in the pocket.
22 minutes left to play. Wales comfortably in front. Bevan to her out half. Little switch attack there. And tries to get the kick away. Blocked down, and then Spence takes the ball into contact at the 10-metre line. there from Muldoon, and Ireland have runners out wide. Leah Lyons, dummy, but straight up the middle.
Away. Advantage, 1 red, not rolling.
Wales conceding the penalty. Riley, go back for it.
1 red.
And for me, Muldoon has already made a difference since she's come on. It was her off that scrummage, hassling Wilkins, that made Wilkins have to come inside and make the kick. It's her saying, referee, come on. She's not getting out of the way. Her that's quick to the breakdown and moving the ball. Such an experienced player, could make a real difference for Ireland here.
Tyrrell finds touch, and it's a decent platform for Ireland. They need something. Paula Fitzpatrick back into the fray, in Ireland back to 15 players.
And surely here the ball goes to Riley. Ireland had a chance just before half-time, a line out on about 7 metres out, and they didn't go to the banker line out. Surely they have to this time. This is within distance for Ireland with their catch and drive off the line out.
Maloney delaying the throw-in. Wales a bit frustrated. Riley. That's a better line-out from Ireland, but look at the disruption. Wales getting in there. And I think it's Taylor who has a hand on that ball. Referee playing advantage to Ireland. She was illegal. And now we might see Wales down to 14.
Now I'm speaking to you again. 1 not rolling away, 1 pulling the ball down here. Next time in this area, you are likely to give me no choice. Go and speak to your players now. Thank you.
A little sigh of relief for Wales. It felt, didn't it? It felt like Claire Hodnett was going to the pocket, and when she pulled them over, that's a couple of penalties in quick succession. To be fair, Ireland gave away a lot more than that in the first half.
Okay.
But disrupting this drive illegally, and a chance now for Ireland from 5 metres out.
On the line.
Well, they're going to back their maul here.
Okay, Ireland, please.
A little bit slow to agree on the game plan. 5 metres out. Give it to Riley. I mean, what's the deliberation here? Riley has barely lost the line out the entire tournament.
And you don't need to overcomplicate it. Give it a banker 2-ball, banker ball. It doesn't matter. You don't need all that movement. The fact is, if you get it right, if you get Riley up and you get the throw good, nobody can compete.
There you go. Ball off the top. Griffin. High tackle advantage to Ireland. Quick pick from Sophie Spence off the bases. She down. Just held short. What a tackle that was to keep her out. Should be still advantage to Ireland. We should go back for the penalty. We will. And it's going to be a card, I think.
Without doubt. The warning was there.
Well, it's 10 minutes in the sin bin for Amy Evans.
Just wait, please. Time is up.
There was the tackle. Ireland furious with it, letting the referee know. Maybe just concentrate on playing the game, let the referee take care of the rest. That was a high tackle.
Yeah, undoubtedly. The arm comes out. She just, because she sees the danger late, she can't get the leg bend in, get low enough to make a good tackle, but it's clearly a high tackle.
Time on.
Clearly a yellow card after those warnings, and clearly an opportunity for Ireland now. It was the banker 2-ball to Maz Riley last time. I'd just do it again. There's no need to complicate things.
Let's see what they do. It is Riley who goes up. Again, it's ball off the top. It's the exact same move. And again, Lindsay Peake goes down. Lyons picks and goes. Lyons using her size. Almost at the Welsh line. Scrambling Welsh defence so far. It'll be 70 minutes at least before Wales get back to a full complement of 15 as Spence powers the leg. Sophie Spence sets it back. Muldoon feeds a crash run. Fitzpatrick already has one, looking for her second. It's held up.
Held up, scrum.
Really good defence from Wales. Perhaps surprising to see Ireland do exactly the same move a second time. Wales ready for it, but they managed to reorganise.
Bear with me a minute, please. Yeah. Who's coming
Not
off?
even close to the try line, that one, was it?
trying to find a spot on the ground. You can see what it means to the fans. If Ireland get over from here, they will have another opportunity.
Okay, scrum here, please.
But they're running out of time. They have to have a front row in, so it's Alicia Butchers who makes way, and it's Cara Hale who's going to come in to shore up the front row.
Scrum held up.
What will Wales do at the scrum to make up the numbers? Will they make up the numbers? They look like they were calling Jazz Joyce in then off screen. Not the player you'd expect to put in to make up the numbers at scrum, but as it is, they've chosen
Bind. Set.
to go into the scrums one short.
It's gone down. Well, this is all helping to wind down the clock as well for Wales.
Feet
Well,
underneath.
they can just hold out for the next 8 minutes or so.
Yeah, Ireland need to come away with points, don't they? They need to get the points on the board anyway, but with Wales one player down, there's never going to be a better moment.
Punch. Bind. Set. Yes.
There's the feed from Muldoon. Ireland try and get a shove in the front row. Wales so far holding them out. Advantage being played to Ireland. It's popped up on the Welsh side. Penalty Ireland.
Standing up, one red.
What will they do this time?
One red.
Scrum
standing
or
up.
line out?
Going for the line out.
Line
No
out.
surprise, is it? But they haven't yet tried the
Colleagues,
simple
careful
catch
tension
and
from
drive. They've had a
players on the ground,
series
please.
of 5-metre line-outs. There she goes, popping up in the scrum. A
Careful,
series of
discipline,
5-metre
please,
line-outs,
on
and
the
each time they've
lifters.
tried the move off the front. Surely a simple catch and drive, 5 metres out. It's got to be the way to go.
Well, Simon tried the same move twice in a row now. Here's Riley.
Bring it down.
Down to Spence, and then Spence trying to find a bit of a gap around the edge. Sharon's hit them all. Held at the back. Lindsay Peat joins the effort. They're almost at the Welsh line. They're over the Welsh line. Can they get it down? Ireland for a try. Lindsay Peat has scored.
So much passion in one rugby player. Lindsay Peat plays with her heart on her sleeve, throws her body about the rugby pitch, putting her body on the line for her team. This time Ireland did go for the simple catch and drive. The transfer to Sophie Spence, and then they set them all up well this time. They get the organisation sorted, and it's Lindsay Peat at the back, and there is nobody in this entire stadium more elated than her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looked like she enjoyed that one, and a brilliant reaction from the crowd as well. Lindsay Peat, who had been giving all the instructions for the line-out, and I'm sure, well, every point helps now with 15 minutes to go. This is an important kick for Anna Tyrrell. Ireland would still need 2 scores regardless, but Wales 10 points to the good as it stands. They stay 10 points in front, and 6 minutes to play with 14 players.
Yeah, it's a big ask of Hannah Tyrrell, isn't it? Nora Stapleton now off. Tyrrell taking on kicking duties, but there it is. Lindsay Peat just looking up to check with the referee. Have I scored it? Is that a try? The referee says yes. And then unbridled joy, but now for Lindsay Peat and for Ireland, it's all about what can they do in the next 15 minutes, and indeed what can they do in the next 6 minutes while they've got the player over.
Amy Evans looking on. I'm sure feels a bit of guilt that she couldn't help her teammates prevent an Irish try, but they still do have that 10-point cushion, and Ireland need at least 2 tries or 2 scores to get back into it. On comes Shauna Powell-Hughes, and off goes Sean Lillycrap. So second row for Wales. Eleanor Snowsill restarts. Oh, mistake. And what a time to do that as well, just when you have the momentum from the try. Unforced error. Sophie Spence taking her eye off the ball.
Not what you expect to see from Sophie Spence either. She's been a bit of a colossus for Ireland over the years. Hasn't always had a starting spot in this World Cup. The ball went forward, and then indeed was played in front of the player by the Irish. They're probably lucky to get away with a scrum there, Ireland.
Again, it's just an unforgivable, unforced error from an Irish point of view, and they'll look back on the tapes of this tournament and they'll be wincing themselves. You'd no need to tell them. They know exactly how basic those mistakes are.
Yeah, you don't need the coach to point it out in video analysis. You're there yourself, cringing in the back row.
15 minutes to play then. Ireland get a shove. Ball at the back, and then under pressure there is Powell Hughes.
Green 21.
But the penalties against Ireland and
Green
against
21
Rissa Muldoon.
offside.
Offside.
Thank you,
And the
Holly.
crowd definitely don't like it. Ashley Baxter had done well, she thought, to get in and steal the ball. Just what Ireland didn't want here, handing the ball back to Wales, handing them field position, handing them the penalty, handing them the chance to get into the attacking 22.
Snowsall goes into the corner. Here is the Irish penalty. Watch 21 there, Larissa
Okay, guys,
Muldoon.
here's your mark.
Broke too early before Powell Hughes had got her hands on that ball.
She did well, didn't she, to clear the ball up. Powell Hughes, that scrum going backwards at a rate of knots.
Riley goes up, but this time
In 15.
it's over the top. And Powell Hughes storming through. Look at the strength from the substitute for Wales. This would really deflate Irish hopes if they were to score from here. With 14 players and 14 minutes to go. It'll pass to Rowland from Wilkins.
Hold it.
Still there for Bevan. Queuing up outside her. Harries already has one try to her name. Bevan looks for runners again. The captain Phillips tackled by Riley.
Rock!
Options left and right now. Pick and go by the loose head Thomas. 5 metres short.
Ball's
Good
available.
barrelling run. Taylor waiting to pick and run straight into Baxter.
Rock! Hands up!
Good control by the Welsh pack. Nothing forced or hurried so far. Thomas again. Hale. Clay
Use
leaves
it!
it. And then Phillips told to pop it out. Irish scramble defence so far, holding Wales out. Runners for Bevan, and she wants options all on that blind side. They go Taylor, tackled by Naupu.
She's good.
Still there for the Welsh scrum half. Leaves it for the
Use
hooker and
it!
captain, and then she's got Harries on her shoulder, trying to push her way over.
Hands
Phillips.
Up, hands up, one!
They've only got to find the meter. There at the line, it's a try. Wales cross over. And just when Ireland got back into the game, it's Powell Hughes, who's just off the bench, who gets her first try of the match.
She's carried well since she came on, hasn't she, Shona? Powell Hughes, as you say, so deflating from Ireland. The referee had just called Lindsay Peat to get back because she was offside. That meant that Lindsay Peat then was on the back foot rather than the front foot. Shona Powell Hughes spotted her opportunity, and the big ball carrier takes the ball over. Such disappointment for Ireland.
Well, Ireland, after all that work it took them to score the try, and literally the restart, couldn't catch the ball, that all led to the Welsh score. It's infuriating if you're watching that from the sidelines.
It really is. A knock-on, then a penalty, gifts Wales field position 5 metres out from the Irish try line. It's as simple as that. Wales have played well, but they didn't have to create much then. They didn't have to create that field position for themselves. It was handed to them on a plate by Ireland.
Just make sure you're behind the line when you take your kick.
See, really clever from Shona Powell Hughes. She points out to the referee offside. The referee calls Lindsay Peat back. Lindsay Peat pulls back slightly, and that gives Shona Powell Hughes the opening she wanted.
Fantastic stuff. Really good score by the experienced substitute off the bench, and 15 points the gap now, which means with 10 minutes to play, Ireland need 3 scores, and it's looking like too much for a team that really has been outplayed since the 10th minute.
Give the space, please.
Well, you can see Amy Evans getting ready to come back in, so Wales will be back to 15 players. We'll have to wait another 45 seconds or so.
Ball.
Wales set them all. Good one too. Riley getting her hands on it. And then she's tackled just before the touchline. Good work by the lock, and then advantage to Ireland.
1 red.
Brilliant from Riley, brilliant. Her arm just seemed to pop out of nowhere. Inspector Gadget arms round them all. And Ireland trying to pick the pace of the game up now. Need to kick this one to touch. Kick it. Really good kick. 5 metres out. A chance to hit straight back.
They don't have a lot of time to spare, so any score that they're going to get, they need to take it quickly.
Time off.
Here was the steal, as you mentioned, the long arms of Riley.
7
getting in,
green.
disrupting.
A brilliant
18
piece
red.
of skill
Time's off.
from her.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
back in comes Amy Evans to put Wales
Time
back in
is
15,
still
and so
off.
two pushers who had to go off when the first scrum of the sin bin came.
Time on.
Eels van Staden is in place of Lindsay Peat. In fact, instead of Ciara Griffin, excuse me. Not the cleanest, and Van Staden loses in the contact just off the bench, but
the line by
Wales
red
had knocked it
scrum.
on, so we go back for an Irish scrum.
The knock-on first from
Nice
Wales,
one here.
gives on to scrum. Wales,
Gone
of course,
forward off
back
running
up
the
to
line
full
first.
complement now. Ireland were dominant briefly when Wales were down to 7, but you can't expect that dominance to
Hey guys,
continue
let's go, please.
now.
Mark's there.
Really, Ireland now just have to concentrate on playing good rugby, do the simple things well, get the ball over the game line, forget about the result now, just leave everything you have out there on the pitch, show the stadium, show yourselves what you can do.
Hold.
Ireland get a bit of a shove on this one, controlled by Fitzpatrick at the back.
Advantage.
And they've got advantage as well. Muldoon says we'll take the
One
penalty,
red.
ref.
1 red.
Well, I said you couldn't expect to have dominance of this one. I think you probably couldn't. I think you probably have, anyone could have kicked that to the line there, pick the pace of the game up. That's what Ireland need to do. Kick it to the line, get there. So you don't have to wait for the opposition to be there for the line out. Just get it moving.
Clea Maloney is playing at blindside flanker now. She's moved from hooker, there she is, to the back row with Leah Lyons in place of her and Ciara Griffin gone off. And it will be Maloney to throw, so she stays on throwing duties, and Sophie Spence takes it. Ireland try and set them all.
Back round.
7.5 minutes to play, 5 metres short.
Stay on. Nope. Hands on. Ball's there.
There for Muldoon. Baxter. There for Muldoon once more. They're going to go wide this time. Are they so? Pass to. Then for Deacon. Well, there was 2 pairs of hands in there. Now Upo got it away. Muldoon now to Van Staden. Van Staden crashes at the 5 metre line. Back for a scrum half. Should be an overlap here if Ireland want to use it. Alison Miller drifts across the pitch, trying to use her strength to force her way over the line. Miller is in a very quiet second half. Back for Muldoon. And Ireland hammering away at the Welsh defence. Still there. Maloney. Try against France in the pool stage. Can't get over on this occasion. Muldoon once more. Overlap. Massive overlap as they go wide. What was Deacon thinking there? Screaming for it out wide.
Back.
Had to go, didn't it?
Pete.
10 red, move!
10th phase coming up.
10 red.
An advantage to
Got
Ireland.
the advantage.
Penalty shot to nothing here. Lyons on the switch.
8 red off feet! 8 red off.
Pick and go, Fitzpatrick. Held just short. Back for the penalty. Quick tap and go. Muldoon goes left. Now Upu, surely hands will do it. Out of the wing. Fitzhenry. Ireland score in the corner.
And you've been calling it up from up here, haven't you, Ireland? There's been so much space out wide and they haven't moved it there. Finally they do, and Katie Fitzhenry is the one who gets the ball over the line. Now Upu with the hands to Deacon, and Fitzhenry finishes well in that wing position. Is it too little too late for Ireland, or is this exactly the lift that they need?
You're out here.
The crowd certainly thinks there's time.
After the kick.
Crowd really getting behind their team.
Yeah, that's what it means, and the conversion to come. This would still make it an 8-point game, and they'd still need 2 scores. So Hannah Tyrrell needs to get on with this one. It's from the corner. She hasn't struck one from the corner in the tournament so far. She's wasting valuable seconds here, but that's not a bad strike. It's just going to go to the left out wide. 27-17, a 2-score game.
2 scores in 5 minutes is a huge ask, but of course it's possible. First of all, brilliant finish there from Fitzhenry, isn't it? But first of all, Ireland have got to claim this kickoff. No more unforced errors, no more handing the ball back to Wales.
Well, from this exact situation, after the last try, Sophie Spence knocked it on, and 3 minutes later Wales had a try. So let's see what happens here. It's going to be Snowsill who kicks us off, and again she goes for a bit of depth. This is going to land just outside the 22 and watched by Larissa Muldoon. Now Naupu. Ireland can't afford to waste any time. Here's Fitzhenry again, outside to Ali Miller. Tackled and tackled well by Jasmine Joyce. Still there for Naupu. Fitzpatrick, Lyons. 4 minutes to go. Ball's gone loose, and then Wales trying to roll and pouncing on that ball. Diving on it was Deacon. Naupu to act as scrum half, and Staden. And 3 outsider again, up to take it in when there was an overlap down this short side. And then did that one go forward? Well, Spence did just enough to hang on. The offload was good. Lindsay Peace over the halfway line, back on her feet, and on she goes. Ireland trying to finish with a bang here. Maloney, again they're queuing up outside her. Maloney opts to take it up herself. You just wonder the decision making by Ireland. Naupu trying to force her way through. She's coughed that up forward, and that
advantage forward
will be advantage to Wales. Again, Ireland had 3 players out wide in space calling for the ball, and it didn't go. It's just
scrum advantage over.
Those crucial decisions costing them valuable space and players. Bevan to Snowsill. Little break. Snowsill with the offload. Lovely offload as well. Pass on the outside to Rowland. That was forward. Whistle's gone, not playing advantage.
Without a doubt, forward. The crowd's so loud that the players can't hear the referee's whistle. It's a lovely break from El Snowsill.
Until we restart.
Lovely offload, lovely break, and that one was miles forward. Suday, I can ask you for your Aon player of the match, please.
Yeah, it's been an immense performance from the Welsh pack, and the player who epitomises the big, strong ball carrying is Sinead Harries. Brilliant from her. Here she is, powering through the tackles. And again, always got over the gain line. Wales, on a day that Wales have struggled to get over the gain line, she's been the one player who you've always known will make ground for Wales. A really, really good performance from her, capped off with a try.
Fantastic from the Welsh number 8, Sinead Harries, from the Scarlet. 17 carries, 63 metres, 5 defenders beat her, a try and a partridge in a pear tree.
Back on once the scrum is set, please.
Can't argue with those stats, can you, Hugh?
Confirmation on the tannoy, and she picks up player of the match as Ireland look to try and get one last try. They don't have enough time to score the 2 necessary now, you feel. Muldoon to feed, and Fitzpatrick controlling at the back, move to number 8. Muldoon works the blind side, little chip and chase. It's meant for Considine. An awkward one and a difficult bounce as well. Evans did well. Now a foot race here. Evans, oh, lovely check. Oh, lovely feet. Beautiful stuff by the winger under pressure to bring play outside the 22. India Barbellian coming in, 18 years of age, to make her debut for Wales. Advantage being played to Ireland. They got possession here now. Muldoon to Naupu. 3 outsider. Fitzhenry to Miller. Alison Miller breaks through the first tackle. 2 minutes to play. 10 points the gap. If they go over from here, there might just be time. But they need something quickly.
Onside.
Fitzpatrick with a dummy. Over the gain line once more. Presents it for a scrum half. Muldoon. Miller once more. He's giving it everything, Alison Miller, as she always does in an Ireland jersey. Riley ball in behind, now there's an overlap, surely hands will do it. It might be too late if they get this one here for Tenley to Tyrrell, and then Considine. Where has that been for the entire match? We're going to go upstairs for confirmation. Ema Considine, I make that our first ever try for Ireland.
Can you show me please the last pass? Try yes or no.
Try yes or no, looking at the last pass.
See the last pass, but the expansive rugby from Ireland in the last 10 minutes, almost when it's too late. Where has this come from? It's what they've needed all game.
Here we go, Claire.
The all-important last pass, was that forward? Oh, we need to see that again. That might be forward. That might be forward. Look at the direction of the hands, Sude.
It looks forward, doesn't it? And
Claire.
if it is, that's not the fault of Hannah Tyrrell. That's Considine in front. If she's in front,
is that the only angle that we have?
Then
Last
Tyrrell
replay.
has no chance.
That's forward. That's forward. It's unquestionably forward. Look at the direction of the hands. Look at the direction of the ball.
That's all the angles we have.
Yes, David. For me, that pass has gone forward.
Claire, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the correct call. It's the correct call.
No try.
It's the right call. It's not a popular call, but it's the right call. You can't argue with the video evidence. Considine just got in front of Hannah Tyrrell. She just needed to keep patience, keep her depth, and it would have been the perfect finish. It would have been a lot more still to do for Ireland. They'd need another score on top of that, and it would have had to been a try because I don't think they would have converted from the touchline.
Yes, time off, please.
But nevertheless, such disappointment
time is off
for the watching crowd.
And can you
Inside
put
the
time
final
on again,
minute.
when the scrum is set?
Here's the debut I was talking about. India Barbarian, a playmaker from the Dragons, just 18 years of age, from Church Village in Wales, comes in for her first ever cap, and what a moment for her.
What a moment for her, and a lovely moment when Gemma Rowland went off, gave her a little talking to on the way on. What a moment for her. It's only a minute, but they all count. Your first cap and in the World Cup.
I'm sure it was encouraging words.
I'm sure it was.
And not, don't mess this up on your debut. But what a moment to come in. Final minutes, and Wales under the cosh. They do have a 2-score cushion. It looks like Ireland are out of time, but they've got a penalty. They must tap and go.
They've got to get that ball quickly.
Time off. Time's off.
World Cup qualification on the line for the winner of this game. A 7th place finish, but more importantly, a place in 2021 at the next World Cup.
Can you put time back on, please, when the ball is kicked? Take the scrum. Scrum.
Ireland going for a scrum. They don't have the time. They can surely have to tap and go. Suze.
Set, please.
Yeah, the scrum call surprises me by the time it's set, by the time they've messed around getting the front row straight, getting the ball in, the time will be gone off the clock. There certainly isn't time for 2 scores.
You stay where you are.
Well, you just have to question a decision like that. I mean, the game with 1 minute to go, technically there is still time if they score in the next 10-20 seconds, but a scrum is going to eat up valuable seconds on the clock, and it means that Wales are going to win this game now. Ireland trying to shove again, get the ball out and get it on. Now Bidew's Marissa Muldoon almost at the line. 30 seconds to go. Sophie Spence, did she drop it? She did. It went forward. She just nudged it on with her hands. It's another mistake, and Ireland are going to lose this game. Wales are going to win, and they do deserve it.
An excellent tackle on the blind side from Wales. Wales have controlled the game, haven't they? The Welsh pack has been outstanding. There's that tackle too. Two players on Muldoon, stopping her getting over the line, but it's the Welsh pack that's dominated, and Wilkins at 10 who's controlled the game.
Got the TMO for that.
Just no time left for Ireland now.
It's been a gritty, tough performance by this Welsh team, particularly by the pack. A brilliant performance from Robin Wilkins in the out half position as well. Ciara Bevan directing things at scrum half. They deserve this victory, and it's a massive one as well. First time in 7 attempts that they'll have beaten Ireland, and the first ever meeting between these sides at a World Cup is going to go the way of the red jerseys. As Ireland get the scrum again, and they shove, a huge shove to force Wales back towards their own line. 59, 80 minutes gone. This will be the last act. Pick and go, the carry from Clay. Time is now up. if this one goes out from Bevan, it's gone out. The full-time whistle sounds and Wales have won. They qualify for the World Cup in 2021, and Irish, hearts broken once again. They finished this tournament with a defeat, and it's been a very, very disappointing campaign.
It's been a disappointing game for Ireland, and as you say, it's been a disappointing World Cup for Ireland.
Make sure you head to the fans zone.
Yeah, ultimately falls short, and we saw the emotion during the anthems at the start from Mary-Louise Riley, from Laura Stapleton, from Claire Malloy in the stand. But emotion doesn't win you game. You must back it up with control and precision on the pitch, and they couldn't do that. But Wales, to their full credit, dominated up front after a slow start. After 10 minutes, they were full value for this victory. They've beaten Ireland here at Kingspan Stadium by 27 points to 17.
Italy game versus Spain is currently sitting at Italy 15, Spain 8.
So celebrations all round for the Welsh, and an entertaining game. We had plenty of tries today, we had plenty of action from both teams. Certainly nothing that either did deserve to lose, but yeah, overall Wales getting the decision at the end.
Wales absolutely deserved it. The pack dominated. Wilkins controlled the game, kicked the ball into the corners at the right time. It's a huge performance from then having not beaten Ireland for so long, but such disappointment from Ireland. Throughout the tournament, they struggled to create, they struggled to challenge defences, they struggled to get the game over the gain line, and the same thing happened today.
For a lot of these Ireland players, this will be their last ever game in a green jersey. We'll wait and get confirmation on their individual decisions over the next few weeks. Now isn't the time for that, but certainly you do get the feeling it's the end of an era as regards for this particular squad of players. Heather O'Brien, been such a servant over the years. I'm sure we'll consider her next step. You look at it. Fitzhenry, who scored the try, the death, Claire Malloy as well. Perhaps decision to be made for quite a few players.
Yeah, and we shouldn't forget it has been tough for Ireland in terms of leadership. We saw Claire Malloy there. There's Riley. She's very likely to be going out after this one. Such a colossus in the lineup. But there was Sean of Malloy today. No Briggs right from the start of the tournament.
Let's go down pitch side because the winning Welsh captain, Caris Phillips, is with Jenny Drummond.
Well, Caris, congratulations. You have qualified automatically for 2021 Rugby World Cup. What does that mean to the squad?
Absolutely everything. I mean, the hard work the girls put in. It's been a tough competition for us. I think ending on a high like that is fantastic, and credit to the girls, the hard work they put in. We definitely deserve that in the end.
How much was it a battle of the rolling malls today?
Yeah, it was tough. It was really tough out there, and to be fair, it ref really well, and you know, for us, we got a few tries from there, so it's good for us as well.
Well, you certainly saved your last performance to the end. Yeah. What does it mean to the squad, and what did you do differently today?
I mean, I think our prep was spot on for this game, and fair play to the girls. All the hard work that they put in and through the last 12 months has come down to this performance, and you know, could take my hat off the girls. Done it as a team today, and it was fantastic.
Well, congratulations today, and all the best for the next couple of years.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
From the captain, bashing away over from close range. The Welsh pack on top today, and the captain gets a try to celebrate a famous win, and a very important win as well. It's going to mean a 7th place finish for Ireland. Disappointment all around. Let's hear from the captain, Paula Fitzpatrick. She's with Jenny.
Well, Paula, a tough end to a tough tournament, really. Can you sum that up for us?
Yeah, I think we've just too little too late from us, really. We actually started to play some rugby today, which we haven't done so far this tournament. We let loose a little bit more, which was really great to see. We're a proud bunch of people, and you can see the girls there. It's been a tough tournament for us. All credit to Wales, they really put it up to us again. I mean, they've followed the same game plan as Australia did against us, and it worked again for them. We did come back. We showed glimpses of what we are capable of and what we can do, but yeah, it just wasn't enough.
Well, how costly were the injuries to the team today?
Yeah, I mean, losing kind of key players like Claire Malloy, our captain, and obviously Jenny Murphy as well. Huge hitters for us. They bring a huge amount of work rate to the team, so obviously huge losses to lose the girls. But the girls that stepped in, I thought, did a really good job as well, and they should be proud of their performances too.
Well, a word for the home fans. What can you say to them?
Oh, amazing. You could hear the crowd the whole way through. I know the performances maybe didn't match on the pitch, but amazing from the crowd to follow us all the way through, even when things weren't going so well. Thank you to all of them, to each and every one of them, for the support here and at home and everything. Yeah, thanks.
Well, hard lines today.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Yeah, very disappointed Irish captain Paula Fitzpatrick as Nicole Cronin goes around to thank the crowd. The support has been brilliant, both in UCD and here in Kingspan Stadium in Ulster. Claire Malloy disappointed, obviously, that she couldn't take part in the last match, and maybe she would have made a difference, but we'll never know now. Cliona Maloney gives a hug to her opposite number. Is this the end for Mary-Louise Riley and a few of her teammates? We'll find out over the coming weeks. But for Wales, a massive win, 7th place finish, and they will get the plaudits for the crowds. Confirmation for Sinead Haddies from Scarlets, our Aon player of the match. She is presented with her award by Patricia Henry of Milestone Trust, and fully deserving of that accolade. A happy bunch in Wales jerseys. Disappointment for Ireland and Sophie Spence, but some thinking to do over the next few months ahead of the Six Nations next year, and perhaps some new faces on and off the pitch. World Cup qualification secured, and confirmation there of Wales' 27-17 win against Ireland. 5th place playoff coming up between Australia and Canada at Queen's University. All right, so that's it from us at Kingspan Stadium for the time being. Plenty more action to come, but it's finished here. Ireland 17, Wales 27.